Hi guys, welcome to today's episode, and today we will be going through some things.
You last episode you're like, we've got lots of things to talk about, and like it's the same thing. You always say that every episode.
Yeah.
Because we do. We have. But to be fair, last episode was actually quite a good episode.
It was.
It was our longest episode. It was over an hour, and it was actually quite interesting. I feel. Well, from my perspective, I think it was quite interesting.
Well, yeah, but we was also eating during the thing, so
I enjoyed that.
I mean, anyone that's listening via an audio platform, you wouldn't know, but was eating.
Well, we know. We said it. I'm pretty sure we said it enough. But as in you would. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could hear us eating.
You could eat us hearing.
Eat us hearing. There we go.
But yeah, anyway, welcome to the podcast. Just before we get started, 52.9% of YouTube viewers are not subscribed.
Ouch. Go subscribe.
Over half of you are, over half of you aren't subscribed. So go sub, and also go sub because we're going to do the live podcast at some point, aren't we?
Oh, and don't forget we're going to do Instagram controls our podcast.
Yes, so we're going to, that's two upcoming podcasts at some point, and we're going to be doing a live one. I was actually thinking about possible things we could do for a live podcast, which I'll tell you about after. And also, yeah, as you said, Instagram controls our podcast. So we need your help. Go follow us on Instagram at Unnamed Pod and vote in the polls when they happen. We'll probably, if it's next episode, then we can't tell you, but if we know which episode it's going to be, we'll tell you the episode before.
Indeed.
So yeah, go do that. What else? You can leave us voicemails. We said this last episode.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone left us voicemails. I forgot to check.
Check.
Actually, I'm going to get it up on my iPad. You can leave us voicemails. You can go to anchor.fm/unnamed podcast.
Leave us some nice voicemails to...
anything not nice won't be played.
Not nice.
Not nice.
Any hateful comments, we don't
have any voice messages at the moment, but leave us that. If you want to say something in the podcast, if you want to ask us a question, if you want to shout your mum out, if you want to say happy birthday to your granddad, do it.
If you want to say anything, just leave us a voice message.
Do it for our massive podcast. If you want anyone to see it, then obviously do it for our 23 subscriber YouTube channel. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. Okay, so just before we get into the main topics, the other day I was looking, and I thought it'd actually be quite interesting to look at some of the listener stats. Obviously, we can actually probably at some point, maybe in a future episode, look at viewer stats as well, analytics. But I thought it'd be nice. We don't have that many people listening. We have more people watching than listening. But, okay, so I've got geographic location, so countries. I've got platforms that people are listening on. I've got gender, and I've got age. Age actually surprised me a lot. Okay. So let's start with country. So I was expecting it to be quite a high percentage of UK, which it is. So it's 75% UK, which actually is, still thinking about it, that's 3/4 UK. Like 25% of people that listen aren't from the UK. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
So we have 5% from the US, 5% from Australia, 5% from Israel, 4% from Ireland, 1% from Germany, and 1% from Switzerland, and 1% from Guatemala.
Wow.
Shout out to our Guatemalan listeners or listener.
We're very international.
We are
25 subs.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So yeah, shout out to our listeners in all those countries. To be fair, they're probably not actually listeners. They're probably just people who've listened to like 1 second of one episode.
They're people using VPNs.
Actually, that might be a solid point. But to be fair, why would you put a VPN for Guatemala?
I don't know.
I can understand the US. I do that sometimes to watch like US TV shows, like stuff on NBC. But like, why would you do Guatemala? What is there in Guatemala that you need on the internet? Okay, so that was that. Listening platforms. So this one kind of surprised. To be fair, I was expecting the top listening platform to be Spotify, but it's actually not. It's Apple Podcasts.
That's interesting.
Which shows that a lot of our listeners have iPhones, or Apple, which Tom isn't. Tom's Samsung.
I am Samsung.
I am Apple. As you can tell, I've got an iPad and an iPhone. So 46% of our listeners are from Apple Podcasts.
That's pretty much all of them, isn't it?
46%.
Oh,
Tom, that's half.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Did you get a GCSE in maths?
No, apparently I didn't.
46% is 100% these days. So 46% from Apple Podcasts, 19% from Spotify, 8% from Podcast Addicts, whatever that is. 7% from Anchor, which is the site we used to post it, and 20% from Other. So it's on loads of different sites. I found out recently it's actually like there's loads of podcast sites. So yeah, go listen on a random site if you want to.
It's because everyone's tried to jump on a trend that's now.
Yeah,
kind of...
Anchor distributes to so many sites though, and it's so easy. I just upload it to Anchor and then they distribute it for me. So obviously the main ones are Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but that's nice. I know it is nice. Okay, next one, gender. This one kind of shocked. No, this didn't really shock me. So what do you think is which gender you think? I can't speak. 81% of one gender listen to the podcast.
Male.
Yes, I expected that.
I wasn't surprised.
We're two males. I was going to say men, but then I was about to say boys. And I was like, that's a bit weird. So we're going to go with males. 81% of listeners are male, 13% are female, and 6% are non-specified.
So they could be anything.
Either. Yeah. Okay, and then last, this is the one that shocked me. Like, this really shocked me. Okay, so out of age, there is only 3 age brackets that are actually got percentages in.
Right.
So there is, and they have each different amounts. So we've got 0 to 17. Shout out to all the 0-year-olds listening to the podcast. So 38% of listeners are 0 to 17. Okay. I thought that would have been a big thing. Like,
yeah.
I would have thought, we would have had a high amount of listeners. But then maybe, to be fair, the people that would be listening at that age are probably people watching instead.
Yeah. Just think there's some like little kids listening to
3-year-olds, all the toddlers listening to the Unnamed podcast. Shout out to you. So 38% are 0 to 17. 25% is at 18 to 22. And here's the one that really shocked me. You'd expect it to just go maybe 20. The next section is 23 to 27. You expect that to maybe be it. But 38% of our listeners are 45 to 59. What? Shout out to all the 45 to 59-year-olds.
Wait, what? No.
So 38% are 0 to 17, 25% are 18 to 22, and then 38% are 45 to 59.
It's probably our 1% Guatemalan person.
the Guatemalan person. So yeah, that's our listener stats. I thought that would be quite interesting. That was quite... that was okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
We found out that we have a 1% of our listening from Guatemala.
I don't even want to know about that.
Okay, where even is Guatemala? Is that like Brazil?
I don't know. Does that include Guantanamo Bay? I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know. I didn't do geography.
Imagine some just prison guard in Guantanamo Bay is just watching us.
Listening.
Yeah, listening.
They're not watching. You should watch, if not, watch our YouTube channel. Go sub.
Yeah.
As we already said. Okay, let's get into the topics. So, we've got quite a few things to cover. First off, something we've been saying about for a few episodes now. I think this is 2 episodes previous we've been saying about this, haven't we? So, a few episodes back, we were talking about Marmite. I can't remember how we got into Marmite. But we were talking about Marmite and we were saying we should do a Marmite taste test.
Yeah.
I think you said this, which I don't know why I ever agreed to it, but, you know. So, actually, last episode, we were going to do it, but then we decided not to. And in the end, we put some Marmite on popcorn chicken, didn't we? That was horrible.
And that was horrible, yeah.
So, we thought we'd actually keep our promise. It wasn't a promise, but we thought we'd keep our word.
It was more of a...
And actually do it. So... We were thinking either do we do a spoonful of Marmite or Marmite on toast?
Well, we then decided for Marmite on toast because, to be fair, a spoonful of Marmite's horrible, but we're not going to have butter on this toast. We're just going to have Marmite.
We thought we'd knife ourselves.
Just to, you know, just have one treat, but not like, you know, fully.
So what we're going to do is we've got, for viewers, we've got a toaster down here. I'll say to Tom, actually, this isn't the first time we've brought the toaster into my conservatory for a video. I realised, actually, we did,
Trying American Candy.
Trying American Candy. I think that's got over like 400 views or something. It's mad. It's my first ever collab on my channel with Tom over 2 years ago. And we had some, what was it? Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, it was Pop-Tarts and you put them in the
toaster, yeah.
Toaster.
Yeah, so that's that. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I just did. So we got our bread. Unfortunately, it's both best of both in one.
Wow.
It's 50-50.
So it's like...
off. It's not as good as white bread.
So it's like if white bread and brown bread had a kid.
Oh, maybe, yes. Okay, I was about to get 2 slices out. We don't want that. We're going to have 1 slice, and then we'll cut it in half and have half each. So, because we don't want a whole slice each. Okay, Tom's put it down. So we're going to leave that there, and then we'll come back to that in a bit.
Once it's popped.
Yeah, when it pops up, we'll do the Marmite taste test, but we'll talk about some stuff before then. Okay, so Among Us.
Oh yeah, that game where everyone's kind of suspicious of each other.
It's like Mafia, I would describe it.
There's a meme out of it now called Red Sus. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, well, I've heard of, like, I haven't heard of it, but I've heard of, like, people on the game are always calling each other sus, because people it's just suspicious. It's just a shortening of suspicious. But yeah, so basically, for those of you who don't know, Among Us is I was about to say it's a new game. It's not. I found out actually it came out in, I think, 2018 or something like that. But it only became popular recently.
Boredom.
And it really did become popular recently. Like, a lot of Twitch streamers are streaming it, and lots of YouTubers are uploading it. It's a new big game. Like, there was Fall Guys recently. That actually didn't last long. In fact, I think it's because it's too sort of casual. Sort of there's nothing new to it, I think. I never played Fall Guys. I watched a couple of videos on it.
I've seen like a minute of a video playing Fall Guys, and I just turned it off because
I've watched a couple. I think I watched Sidemen play it, and maybe KSI playing it. But yeah, I was like, I might do a bit of research into Among Us because I want to see if I can play this. And I found out actually it's free on the App Store.
Yeah.
Like on mobile.
There are in-app purchases.
Yeah.
Purchases where you can pay to remove ads and stuff. So.
Or you can play it you can buy it on Steam for $3.99. Which is, well, so I downloaded it on my iPad. I think you said you downloaded it on your phone, haven't you?
Yeah.
And so I didn't even realise Tom had done this. We found out today when I put it on the topics. But yeah, I downloaded it and I was playing it on my iPad and it was good. So I bought it on Steam, and it's a good game.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's sort of a casual, sort of chill game, but it's also like
it's a good way to kill time.
Yeah, it's not like big sort of battle royale like PUBG or Fortnite.
It's not too involved.
The thing where you have to be good at it. So,
yeah, there's no skill. There's
yeah. Well, there is to be fair, there is a tiny bit of skill in a way. I saw a MrBeast gaming playing Among Us video last night, and actually the IQ they had was toast.
The toast.
The title was like 900 IQ, and it was actually clever because I should have got it's gonna hurt. Didn't hurt. And they actually had some quite high IQ. Like MrBeast was one of the imposters, and so was Chris. And actually, MrBeast ratted out Chris and was like, "Yes, it was definitely Chris," so that they would all think it wasn't him. And it worked, and he ended up winning.
Yeah, deception's a good.
So to be fair, you can actually have quite 900 IQ plays, but it's not like a game where you have to have good skill in it.
Problem is when you use the same thing over and over again, and then people are just like.
To be fair, no one ever suspects it's me when I'm imposter because I don't really say anything. Like in the chat when I play it, I don't say anything, so nobody. Oh, it's Marmite again. Right, okay, we can come back to Among Us in a minute. Though before we do, I think we should actually. I was saying to Tom, at some point, me and him should play Among Us. I was actually thinking about possibly seeing if I could record it for a More Silver video.
Yeah.
To be fair, even if I didn't play with you, if I just played on my own. But yeah, okay. So the poster's topped up. The poster's topped up. And now we're gonna put the Marmite on it.
Appetizing. The bread looks more appetizing than the.
It does. It's just a piece of toast at the end of the day. I'd rather eat just dry toast than Marmite on toast. Okay. Do you want to do the Marmite?
Sure.
Sure, you do that, and I will fill up our glasses with water because we're going to need it.
I'm not going to do loads of Marmite. I'm just going to try and.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it lightly.
Lightly. Oh. This is really awkward. Let me just.
Yeah, just grab the plate. Right. So
Yummy.
For audio listeners, Tom is now. I was about to say buttering. What is going on with my words today? Like I just can't speak.
I've noticed.
Have you got enough Marmite there? Can I put the lid on?
Yeah, there you go. That's literally Marmite toast.
Oh, it looks horrible.
What I'll do.
Cut it fairly, Tom.
That is fairly.
Okay, good. I was making sure.
I'll keep this one because I touched my hand.
Oh, I got Marmite on my hand.
There you go. I don't know what.
Mine's bigger than yours. Okay. Your excuse, I touched this one. Not that it's smaller. That's fine. Okay.
Right, are you ready?
I'm not, but you know, I'm going to quickly have a drink. That's the logic. Had the drink before. Okay, so we're going to try this. And I just realised something actually. This isn't really going to be as good for audio listeners. So if you want to see our actual reactions...
I'm just going to put my microphone up close to my mouth.
ASMR. Hello. Hello. Then come watch this on YouTube.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Right, let's just do it.
3, 2, 1. I don't know why, but I don't think it's as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, it's bad.
That's bad.
But I don't... I didn't have a sort of... Your face reaction was, that's horrific. But I didn't have that reaction.
I don't know, it kind of tastes sour.
I feel bitter, maybe. Very salty. Very salty. Go back for some more. What's the salt percentage in that?
It says yeast extract, so I might explain why. It just says contains salt, it doesn't really say. It's barley, wheat, oats, rye, salt, vegetable juice, concentrate, vitamins. It's got B12 in it.
It's definitely got probably a lot of salt in it, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
To be fair, I
It
thought it
contains
was...
celery.
I feel like I already knew that.
And it says do not refrigerate, so anyone refrigerating their Marmite...
Get it out of your fridge.
Yeah. Or throw it away and get a new one.
Yeah. Get out of your fridge, then put it in the bin. I'm surprised with that.
You got to eat this by December 21st, so good luck.
Oh, I don't eat it. My mum only eats it. That's probably why it's all still there.
Challenge accepted.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's not too bad. Maybe with a bit of butter on the toast, it might taste better.
Well, you have given me a fat bit there. Look at that lump. To be fair, all you got to do, think it's Nutella. It's Nutella. It's Nutella. It's not Nutella. Oh. That bite was so much worse for some reason. My first bite didn't taste that bad. Maybe because I had a bit of like crust and didn't have any on it. We're finishing the whole slice, Tom.
Yeah, you got to. That's horrible.
It's bearable.
Everything's better with butter, so I'm going to try it with butter next
Is this
time.
going to become a habit, Tom, that we eat every episode? Last episode it was popcorn chicken. This episode it's I'm not saying Nutella. Marmite toast.
If Instagram controls our podcast, then we might have...
Actually, to be fair, if we do that next episode, we probably might do that.
Yes, I've got rid of all the Marmite on mine.
To be fair, I'm getting close. It's bad, but I wouldn't say it's horrendous.
ASMR podcast edition.
Actually, I have an idea. Let's measure how bad or good we each think it is. Give it a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 0. No. Let's say between 0 and 10. So 0 being I would never eat that again. I would rather die than eat that. And 10 being I would 100% eat that again. Love it. Give me a jar of Marmite. I'm going to eat from the jar.
I'd say maybe... it's a tough decision between 3 and 4.
I would say, for me, what do you think? I would say for me, actually this is quite shocking, 5 or 6. Actually no, 6 seems too high, 5. I'm going to go right in the middle, just because I would eat it again if I had to. Like hands down, like, it's horrible, but I would eat it again. Like, it's not, like, I could manage to eat that.
Yeah. Well, if anyone's vegetarian, it's good for vegans, so, you know, apparently it says on the tin. So.
Vegan? Or is it vegetarian? Is the V vegetarian, or...? Does it say vegan?
It just says vegan spread.
Right. And if it's vegan, it's vegetarian, so...
Yeah. What is it, though, with Marmite always going down the side of the jar, though?
Yeah, I know. It's on my fingers as well. My fingers are sticky. Right. That's Jake and Tom.
That's that, yeah.
I think we should have a section each episode. Jacob and Tom eat something. Jacob and Tom try something.
Interesting.
Yeah. We could actually do more food stuff for future things.
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing I was going to say. Apparently, on what what's
is
this? I forgot the name of it now. Keemstar's podcast thing.
Mum's Basement.
No, his news one.
Oh, Drama Alert.
Yeah, Drama Alert. That's it. There's this. He was talking about this guy called Nico Avocado, I think it was.
Yeah.
And how apparently that he's gained water weight when he does all these these eating videos, like where he eats like 18.
Oh yeah, 'cause Nico Avocado is the one who does mad like big food eating challenges.
Yeah, and he's gained all this weight, and he's saying it's like water weight and stuff.
Right.
It's quite funny.
Okay, that was kind of random, kind of not random, but sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Among Us, there isn't really much to say. Actually, I was going to say last night. I don't know if I already said this. I may have done. There was over 400k viewers on Twitch watching Among Us last night. So it shows that it's like a big game that's starting, like it's on the come up.
Yeah.
Well, it's not on the come up. It's peaking. It's like best. Yeah. So watch out. I'm gonna see if I can post some Among Us content on my More Silver. So go sub to More Silver.
Yeah.
Maybe with Tom. Maybe if Tom plays, or I don't know. Okay. So I put down next MrBeast crazy videos.
Yeah, they give away like 40 cars for 40
So
mil.
yeah, MrBeast has actually been doing, while a lot of creators recently through the pandemic and stuff, their videos may have gotten worse, or maybe like with the Sidemen, I wouldn't say their videos got worse, but they've been saying that actually stuff like they were planning to have so many more like so much better videos at the moment, and outside videos and stuff where they had to spend months just doing online videos. And people like David Dobrik, who has just stopped uploading. Whereas MrBeast, I feel like he's got better through all this. Like he's been doing bigger, better videos. Like he's been spending millions. He must have spent millions already this year.
Well, yeah, especially with 40 cars.
Yeah.
You know.
Because to be fair, last year I think he spent like maybe just over $1 million or something like that. Maybe actually it might be more like that. I think it may be like $1.5 million.
Yeah, but
whereas this year I feel like he's already spent like.
But how much money has he made back though?
Oh, a lot. If you think about it through merch is another thing as well, because I saw one of his recent videos was that he said it was ages ago actually. He said that he was going to sign every shirt he sold for 24 hours, and he was doing it for weeks. He uploaded a video of him doing it. Actually, no, I think it took him like a full week to sign them all. If you think about it, that must be like he sold thousands and thousands and thousands of shirts in those 24 hours, and that must have made him, because that was to pay for the 40 car video.
Yeah.
The whole reason he did that. So yeah, so MrBeast says I put down two big mad videos. So, obviously he's done other mad ones, like we talked about last episode with the Island video, which I think had like 65 million views between the two videos he uploaded, off of an 800k island. I think that's pretty good return. Well, that's not pretty good return actually. Still 65. I wouldn't spend $800,000 for 65 mil views, but okay.
Although as long as you make the money back, it's not too much.
And
more.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
So yeah, MrBeast gave away 40 cars for 40 mil. So basically, did you watch the video?
Yeah, I watched it. Actually, quite recently as well.
Yeah. The premise of the video was basically for his 40 millionth subscriber, which to be fair it probably wasn't, because it was one of the subscribers about that sort of time. He gave 40 cars to him and gave him 24 hours to give away all the cars. So this guy was giving them to everyone, and
Yeah.
I think he gave one out of Walmart or something like that, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he did. Yeah, he dropped it off to someone.
And so yeah, he was giving away loads of cars, and if he did it, then he would win a
Tesla.
a wrapped Tesla that said like Beast 40 mil or something like that. And then he managed to do it, which actually is pretty mad. 40 cars.
Yeah, that's a lot of cars to give away, or to try and get people to believe that you're giving them one because it's too good to believe.
I always feel like it's really strange because people's reactions to the videos aren't as mad. Like if I was getting given a car for free from MrBeast, like no joke, I'm going to be completely honest, I would be probably pretty like excited or like freaked out. Not freaked out like as in scared, but it's like Mr. Beast, like Mr. Beast, 40 mil subs is giving me a car. Like that'd be pretty mad. But like these people are like, oh, cool, yeah.
I don't know. I guess they're kind of just a bit more awkward in a way.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. It's strange. But yeah. So that was. I felt like that was an interesting video. But also, as you said, expensive video. If you think about it, like even if each car was a grand, each car wasn't going to be a grand because there was some nice cars there. Yeah, but each car's a grand. That's 40 grand.
Bear in mind the Tesla costs.
Oh, Teslas are like the minimum Tesla is like 20, 30 grand.
Yeah.
So like, and I'm pretty sure that was probably a better Tesla, so it might have been like 50, 60 grand alone. Yeah. Plus, then you've got all the other cars. So there's 41 cars. That's so many cars.
Don't forget, he also put 5 grand in some of the cars as well.
Yes, he did. Was it 5 grand or was it 10?
It was 5,000. And then one of them in the truck, he put a load of PS4s in.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Because they were broken cars, weren't they?
Yeah.
So to be fair, I think with a few of them, he did actually save a bit of money because he may have paid, I don't know, a couple grand for a car, which is still a lot of money for us, but for him that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's like £10, did it? But yeah, he spends like that much on maybe one of those cars and they're broken, and then he gives them. To be fair, that still adds up because he say he pays 3 grand for the car and then gives them 5 grand, still 8 grand. But yeah, so that was a crazy video. Also, I was thinking about it, and if he said it, at the beginning of the video, Beast said that he was refreshing his subscriptions at the time he hit 40 mil. And if you think about it, to be fair, he probably would have gone through quite a few people because there's people in other countries and people. He had to have the perfect, like that. That guy was probably perfect because he wasn't that far away from Mr. Beast. He had a massive garden, like yard, to park all the cars in.
Yeah.
And like him, yeah.
But what if you could properly pinpoint who was that number subscriber? So, for example, what if it was someone in the UK?
I don't know. I don't think there might be something out there, but I don't reckon there is something out there that can do it. And mainly because the 40 million subscriber, for all we know, may have their subscription set to private.
Yeah.
I put mine public recently in case I ever get big YouTuber and someone's like, oh, I have a YouTuber with 200 subs, subscribe to me. No, but yeah, who knows? It's Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
For all we know, it could be completely rigged, and that guy is just one of his early subscribers. But you know, who knows? There was also another one I put down, which is giving away 1 million subs. So you say you haven't seen this?
No, I haven't seen this one.
So basically, what Mr. Beast did was he had 4 small YouTubers, about 50k subs each, go to his warehouse, whatever, where he filmed his videos, and he got his diamond play button and got them all to put their hand on it and hold it there for as long as they could. And it was last to leave wins a shout out. Which at the end of the day, most of his videos are like, last to leave wins this amount of money or this boat or whatever, or this car.
Yeah.
But he did it with a shout out, which actually, to be fair, and he was saying it's a minimum 1 million subscriber shout out because in the past he shouted at his brother that started a channel, and he started him out and he got 1 million in, I think, like a few days or something from Mr. Beast shout out. So he was like, it's gonna be 1 million subscriber shout out, and so they all stayed there, and obviously it's like a Mr. Beast challenge. They stayed there for tens of hours, holding on, touching this play button. They put them through loads of different tasks and stuff as well, like smashing up a car. It was smashing up Carl's car, and then because the thing was they smashed up Carl's car.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then they bought him a new car, and then in the 40 cars things, they gave away Carl's car again. Carl's new. No, it was because. Here's with a clap. Here's with a clap, Tom.
Huh?
Clap. Oh. I want to clap as well. So, yeah, but obviously it's a Mr. Beast challenge. And so this guy, his name was Zealous. He had about 50k subs when before the shout out. The video goes public, and let's see, and he gained loads of subs. I think it was like 2 hours he gained like 600k.
Don't forget, they're going to buy Carl a new car, so that's also going to be expensive too.
Okay, so this guy, is on 1.93 million subscribers now. He was on 50k before the shout out, and that was 2 weeks ago. So I also put down here the guy Zealous's video was on #1 trending, which is pretty mad. So he uploaded a video. I won 1 million subscribers from a MrBeast challenge, 6.5 million views, and that was trending #1. And he also uploaded a video recently, which was a week ago, which got what? To be fair, Beast said that he actually thinks that this guy could actually still keep pulling views.
Yeah.
Because the only thing you think about this is, if someone gives you a shout out, sometimes it can be good. Like you can gain viewers and stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's people go sub to your channel and then they don't stick around.
Yeah.
So it's like he could get, for all we know, within like a few months, that guy could still be on 2 mil, like could get 2 mil subs, but he could be pulling maybe 100k, 200k views.
Yeah.
Whereas like MrBeast said, he thinks he could still pull very good views because his content's actually quite good. Like, but yeah, I just thought that the problem with that is if people don't actually stick around, which are probably a lot of people won't. But
it's not just that as well. You're only doing you're only subscribing to that channel because they, you know, the person. That you're
not subscribing for their content. You're subscribing because MrBeast told you to.
Yeah.
Which is, to be fair, I did watch his last video, and I'm as long as the videos are interesting, title sort of stuff, I may still keep watching them.
Yeah.
Until they get a bit boring.
I'm tired.
They get a bit boring. Apparently, I'm being a bit boring at the moment. Tom just yawned, by the way, for the audio listeners. Okay, let's move on. We've been talking about that for a while. Quick one: YouTube news. Tom didn't know about this, but
I don't even know who Cocomelon is.
There's Cocomelon, which is actually I was going to get my phone, but I'm not going to. Children's nursery rhyme channel. They post children's nursery rhymes, and they have 94 million subscribers. Sure. They actually pull mad views as well. It's like 20 mil views a video, 30 mil views, 60 mil views. And they're getting close to 100. I just thought I'd say that. Don't know why.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, they probably could beat PewDiePie if they try.
Yeah, so the whole PewDiePie thing happened a while ago. PewDiePie T-Series, remember that happened, I think. Actually, I was surprised. I looked the other day and actually it happened a long time ago. Where it was PewDiePie versus I can't speak. PewDiePie versus T-Series.
Yeah.
And they had their whole race, and now it's PewDiePie versus Cocomelon, but it's not a big thing anymore. But yeah, PewDiePie's on 106 mil, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to search up who Cocomelon is.
And Cocomelon's on 94 million. So Cocomelon's getting close to 100 mil, which will be the third creator to hit 100 mil.
Yeah.
And then if they gain a bit more, then they'll overtake PewDie. Which I think apparently, I was looking at Cocomelon's stats on Social Blade, and Social Blade estimates they should hit 100 mil by, I think it was the end of the year, like December sort of time. Which is pretty mad. 100 million subscribers. Like, that's crazy.
Their views are very varied though, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. I mean, 884k views in 10 hours isn't bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But MrBeast pulls better views.
Yeah.
MrBeast gets about half... I was looking, MrBeast gets about 500,000 in about half an hour. So, but to be fair, if you look at their older videos, like, not from then, their views are quite high. It may not be views quickly, but...
Actually, no, sorry. That was a fake channel. They got 1.1 mil views in 10 hours.
Right.
So, I mean, for the size of that channel...
Yeah, but look at their other videos, and their other videos have quite a lot of views.
I love how we're just looking at nursery rhymes on YouTube.
Let's have a little watch.
16 million views 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, 24 million views. 22 million views. 27.
Like, for the size of the channel, it's... MrBeast pulls
One
high...
month ago, 56 million
Exactly.
views.
Like, their views are high, but you'd expect it from that side of the channel. But to be fair, some of MrBeast videos do pull higher views. But, yeah.
115 million views, and that was a month ago.
Well, actually, go to videos and then go to most popular. I'm interested to see. I reckon this is probably a channel that has, like, a billion view video.
3 billion views.
Yeah,
and
casually.
That was 2 years ago, though.
Casually. There is some mad videos, like, have you heard of Ryan's toy reviews?
No.
Basically, it's this kid who does toy reviews. It's obviously his channel is run by his parents, but he's the actual one in front of the camera. And he has some mad videos. Like some of his videos are on like 1 billion views. Like they must be raking in tons from it.
I think one of their oldest videos 6 years ago, 1 billion views.
Crazy.
So
crazy numbers. I was actually thinking as well. Do you know what the most viewed video is, Tom?
No.
Can you guess how many views? No, don't search it. Wait, no, I just wanted to see if you could. Do you know? Guess how many views the most viewed video is?
3 billion.
It's not. It's not. It's higher.
Is it not?
It's higher. I want to actually see what.
So what is there like 3 billion?
I'll tell you what it is. It's Despacito.
Oh.
Actually, I'm going to get up on my iPad because I don't want the recording to stop. It's Despacito, and it has a lot of things. Like, yeah, I think it has millions. I think it's in like 3 or 4 million comments on it. But yeah, guess how many you think? Keep going up.
10 billion views.
Okay, that's a bit excessive.
Well, you said higher, so I went higher.
It is higher. So okay, it's
6 billion.
Yes, but no. It's on 6.9 billion views. It's getting close to. It has 40 million likes, 4 million dislikes, 3.5 million comments, and it has 6.979 billion views.
Yeah,
that's mad.
And it has a 14-second Google advert.
And it has ads on it. There's also some mad comments on it, like, well, not mad comments, but as in like 3.2 million comments. If you find you're a legend. 385k likes. Casually, casual 385k likes. Actually, that makes me think. Do you know what the most liked comment is? I love how we're just doing this. I'm just asking Tom.
I don't know because I don't look on.
Any clue?
A million.
Last time I checked, it was 1 million, and it was so it's "Bad Guy" by Billie Eilish.
Okay.
And it's this guy called it's a lot higher than 1 mil now.
What's the comment say?
It's this guy called Seth Everman. This guy, and he commented, "I'm the bald guy," a year ago, and it has 3.2 million likes.
I've seen that guy do that cover.
Yeah. I actually watched some of his videos. You can see
there are
actually some of them quite interesting. Like the one especially where he talks about and he got an award from YouTube for it as well for the most liked comment.
Did he?
But it was a bit of a naff award. It was like it had no images on it. Like it didn't even have the YouTube logo.
They should send you like a thumbs up plaque. That's what.
Yeah, they should have. They should. Yeah, there should be a specific award. Talking about awards, there's actually I don't know why I went on to this. That like, what am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
Who knows? Yeah, but there should be obviously at the moment with YouTube there is just the play buttons. So there's silver 100k, gold 1 mil, diamond 10 mil, ruby 50 mil, and then I can't remember what the 100 mil is, or if ruby 100 mil, I can't remember. But there's a 100 mil one. Which there's only 3 of the 100 mil ones actually made because there's T-Series, PewDiePie, and then one in a museum, ready for the next channel, which will be Cocomelon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how did we get onto this? Who knows? There should be an award for other things like comments. Because he got a pretty naff award. There was no images on it, and it was just text. And it was like there was nothing to make it clear that it was YouTube or anything. Like no YouTube logo. It was weird, but still. Anyway, we've talked about that for a bit. Right, so Xbox and PS5. We talked about this a few episodes ago.
Yeah,
it was the one with Finn and Nick, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was actually the first episode back.
Because we said the bin and was it mini fridge or bin?
The bin and mini. No, it was the Wi-Fi router and mini fridge. Yeah. Actually, that was quite a while ago. That was quite a few episodes. I think that's what 5 episodes ago now. We've actually been banging these episodes out. How long ago was that? I think it was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
We've been getting quite a few episodes out since then. We're doing good with the podcast. We are actually being quite consistent every 2 weeks. And
somehow we're still managing to babble on for an hour.
I message Tom every few weeks. And I'm like, come on, we need to film a podcast. When are you free? And we have to sort it all out. I did the other day. But obviously we're quite busy now that we're starting college. Well, Tom's not starting college. You said about that earlier.
Yeah.
We can talk about it in a minute. We don't really have much to say about that, but you know,
it's quite a boring topic.
Yeah. How long have we been talking anyway? 40 minutes already. Time's flying nowadays. We have so many. We have quite a few topics.
Do you know what else is a boring topic?
What?
COVID.
It is.
Mm.
We'll quickly whiz through that topic though.
Yeah.
I put that down. So Xbox Series X and PS5 we talked about in the 6th episode.
Yeah.
It's now the 11th episode. And we said because that was a while. That was 2 months ago, and that's when they've been revealed. But we didn't have any prices or any of that. Now the prices have been revealed the other day. I think I got these prices correct. Don't quote me on them because I might be slightly wrong. It was very confusing. So I found actually there's the Xbox Series X and the Series S.
But what's the difference?
So the X is the mini fridge looking thing. Well, actually, it's not the size of a mini fridge. I saw MKBHD, Marcus Brownlee did he'd been sent the shells of them, so nothing inside, but it was just the actual shell of the Xboxes. And the Series S is tiny. It's a small thing, very compact, and he said it was almost like sort of a laptop in a way, where it's the sort of thing you could take around with you to somewhere else quite easily. Yeah. Obviously, you're not going to be moving it around much,
you know,
but it's the sort of thing that it's that easy that you can pick it up, unplug it, and take it with you. Yeah, he said that, and that's quite small. And the Series X, it does look like a mini fridge, but it's still fairly small. It's sort of, I think it's probably about this size, by like that much. And I presume the X is probably going to have better stats and stuff inside of it. And it's different computers in each of them.
Yeah.
Because the S is £250 and the X is £450, I think. So yeah, those prices were revealed. I haven't really heard much else from that. I have to have a look out. But yeah, I've just seen the prices, and the PS5 prices were also revealed. So Xbox are doing two separate Xboxes. Also, the S doesn't have a disc drive on it, whereas the X does.
So digital and
yeah,
yeah.
But they are separate. Like, I was thinking it was going to be that they would do an Xbox Series X digital version and a disc version, but in the end they haven't. They've just done two separate consoles. Whereas the PS5, they have done the disc and the digital. So the disc is $450 and the digital is $360.
Yeah.
So that's actually like quite a big difference for just having a disc drive, £90.
Yeah.
Which, like, to be fair, I don't know. Would you think about buying any of these?
That's a be a good disc drive.
Would you think about buying either the console, any of the consoles?
Probably not, because I have better things to do other than play video games in a way. So
yeah,
probably neither.
To be fair, I was looking at the Series S, but then I was thinking, like, no, like, I am looking at some point buying an Xbox, so I don't own an Xbox, and I'm thinking, obviously, I've told you about having a man cave at some point, aren't I? I told you about. And so when I had that, I'm going to have a TV and everything out there. So I'm going to put an Xbox out there, hopefully. But actually, I was thinking it would probably be a better idea for me to just buy an Xbox One X, because they'll go down in price. Or an Xbox One or whatever. Because everyone's buying these new ones. So, yeah.
They'll all be compatible as well. So
yeah. What do you think about these prices, though?
They sound about right. I mean, don't forget, bearing in mind, the Xbox One when it came out was about £400 at least.
Yeah.
It was similar pricing.
To be fair though, that came out quite a few years ago though, didn't
I just want to know, why is it so expensive?
I know, I feel like it shouldn't be that expensive. It's stuff like, though, it's the same with a lot of companies. iPhones and stuff like that, like, they had a peak where they were like they weren't too expensive, then they went all the way up to like £1,000. I think they've come down a little bit now to like 800-700.
Although it's because they're leading brands and they have a lot of loyal customers.
Yeah, definitely. There will be people that will buy it at that price. Whereas
they'll just buy it outright and say, all right, then.
Yeah. It's like I was watching, as I said, I said to Tom, I always do research for the podcast by listening to other podcasts. So I was listening to Minnie Winter and Randolph's podcast, What's Good, and they were saying that they just bought it just before they'd done the podcast. And there is people like that who have a lot of money who will just buy it.
Yeah, they'll buy it without flinching or thinking.
And they were saying, oh, I'm probably not going to use it that much, but I'm going to buy it anyway. It's because
I would love to be that rich just to do stuff like that, just to go and buy something without any care or remorse.
Buying a new console for £400 that you may not use that much, but you have the money for it.
I've had my Xbox One for a while, but the amount of times I've used it in the past 2 years is...
It's like rich people would just buy stuff whatever they need whenever they need it. It's like KSI. PewDiePie said to him that PewDiePie said to KSI that he should buy this big old flute thing, which is like, it's a big old pipe that goes down and you like blow into it or whatever.
He went and did it.
He went and bought it and it was like $1,000.
Wow.
Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know a single person that don't do that.
But yeah, so it's an interesting thing. Though I did see one thing as well, because I follow a couple of Instagram pages which are like YouTube news. There's The Bread Batch and Newspresso or something like that, and they basically there is a bit of sort of world news, but it's also a lot of YouTube news.
Yeah.
And one thing I saw on the Bread Batch was what was it? The price, not prices. Sales of the Xbox One X had gone up a lot since because the Xbox One, the Xbox Series X went on pre-order the other day.
Oh yeah.
And apparently a lot of Xbox One X sales were happening, which actually makes people think that children have asked their parents to buy them Xbox Series X for Christmas, and the parents have just seen an Xbox X and have just bought that. And the caption was like, a lot of children are going to be disappointed at Christmas because a lot of people probably accidentally bought the One X instead of the Series X.
Ouch.
So,
well, there's going to be
some children aren't going to be happy at Christmas. But
well, at the end of the day, they can go and buy themselves a little one.
Okay. Right. To be fair, I think we're starting to dry up on topics and like stuff now.
And talking about dry topics, COVID-19 restrictions.
So new restrictions came in the other day.
Yeah. So there is a curfew on pubs and restaurants. You are not allowed to be out later than 10 p.m.
Not allowed to be open until later than 10.
Although I did see a post on Instagram, I think it was, where literally there was like a whole crowd of people staying out after 10 because they knew that the police couldn't arrest them all. So
to be fair, like, what is it though? What's going to happen with a 10 p.m. curfew? It's like, is COVID-19 going to be waiting outside the door? Like, oh, it's 10 p.m. now. I'm going to strike.
It's like with the schools though. It's like saying, oh, COVID-19. You walk through the school gates and it just stops there and stuff.
They've got curfew on pubs and restaurants. Not I'm complaining. I'm not planning on going to any pubs or restaurants.
No.
But like, they're doing all the restrictions like that. But yet people in schools aren't social distancing. I was at college today, and it's most of the time it's not possible to social distance because I'm in a room, and basically as well I'm in a computer suite. So they do actually have dividers up between each computer, but like they don't do much, especially when you turn around to look at the teacher, like the lecturer. So like I don't social distance in college because I can't, and it's like, but yet who knows? What's a 10 p.m. curfew going to do?
Nothing. The thing is, though, they can't shut down the country because then we're just going to have a worse economy than before.
Boris has said that, well, with these restrictions, there's a few others. I'll just quickly run through them. The fine for breaking the rules, for example, not wearing a mask or being out later than 10, not being out later than 10, but pubs and restaurants being open later than 10, has increased from £100 to £200. So if you're caught to not wearing a mask or something, to be fair, the police aren't going to catch you. Well, I say that, but they might do. But it's very low chance.
Never, but yeah,
because they're probably not going to catch you. That doesn't mean I'm going to break the rules. Obviously, I still do wear a mask on public transport and all that.
So do I. Because to be honest with you, public transport's a big place. So.
Yeah, it's annoying. Like obviously, I get public transport to college when I go to college, and I have to wear a mask probably about an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. It's annoying, but it can't be helped. Because I don't want a second wave. Though, as I was about to, also wedding guest maximum reduced from 30 to 15, and Boris said it could last 6 months, which I don't want. Please, no 6 months.
Yeah, no. No.
When is 6 months from now? So it's what, September at the moment?
To be fair though, thinking about it, if it does drag on for that much longer, then you're basically...
That's a whole year!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're basically spending almost a year of your life in a pandemic world.
I don't want to be wearing a mask. What?
Yeah, but if you think about it though, countries that have suffered from bad pollution, i.e. China, they wear masks all the time because it's so polluted. Yeah. So we're just going to have to adapt and overcome.
Yeah, To be fair, there's nothing we can do about it.
There is nothing.
Well,
can do.
we can follow restrictions and stuff. Obviously, people can abide by the rules that are set in place, but there's obviously nothing we can do about the virus as such.
And I know everyone's complaining about the government, but the thing is,
the government are doing the best they can.
Well, it's not just that. We don't even know how this really all started. They could be covering up. But I don't want to
Who
be a
knows?
non-believer of a disease that is
Oh,
deadly,
yeah, no.
because, you know, there is a disease.
Anti-vaxxer as well.
I'm
Well,
not,
the vaccine
I'm
comes out,
not,
there's going to
I'm
be so many
not,
people being like, oh, it doesn't
yeah.
work.
I'm not a non-believer in this disease. I do believe that there is a COVID-19, but I don't know how serious it is, because it's ironic that I've never actually seen anyone that I know fall ill to it.
I have. Well, my mum thinks she had it, though she didn't get a test because she got it. I think it was back in April. It was a time when I did my Instagram controls my life in quarantine, which is why in that video I didn't leave the house because I couldn't. But that was right near the beginning, so there was no tests. Well, there was tests, but it was a very limited number. Whereas now, my mum had a cold the other week, and so to be safe, she got a test. She had to drive all the way. I was about to say the place, but actually that's not a good idea. She had to drive like 40 minutes to. I'll cut that out. And got a test, and she got the results back. I think like either the next day or a day after, and she was completely fine. But tested, and she also because she wasn't sure if she would be able to get a test, she ordered one online as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like got one to be delivered. I don't know if that's been delivered yet, but we got our own home testing kit as well now.
Oh, nice.
So if we need it at some point, need to do a test, and then you can just post that off. Also, to be fair, I was about to say I haven't heard anything more about vaccines because they were doing stuff like that, but
Yeah,
I have.
I did today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because I know that they've been testing them out on people.
Yeah,
people like my auntie has been having it, and they have to get a test every week.
They're also asking for people to, be tested. Like, not as in like that, as in tested on the drug.
Yeah. Well, because what they do is, they give you the thing, and then you have to have it's either the placebo or the actual injection.
You'll never know because
Yeah.
it's psychological.
And they do it to make sure it's a fair test, because if someone with the placebo gets a reaction to it, then you know it's not the vaccine, whereas someone like but yeah, so I heard that apparently people who had the vaccine have to get tested every week. I know my auntie, I presume she's still doing it, where she gets a vaccine, and then she has to send it off in the post each week. So, yeah, to be fair, they say it could last up to 6 months, but you would have thought within the next sort of couple of months they should hopefully maybe see if the vaccine's working. If it's not working, then we may be waiting that long. But what was I saying? Boris said that there could be a second lockdown. My dad said to me, apparently, I haven't actually heard this myself, but my parents were saying that Boris has said that there could be a possible second lockdown in October half term.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Which I do and don't want. I don't, because obviously, like, I just want this to be over. I don't want there to be a second lockdown.
Yeah.
But in a way, I know this is really bad, but in a way I do want there to be a lockdown, just because my dad said that we can get on with doing my man cave if there's a second lockdown, because we'll be stuck inside. So I don't want there to be a lockdown, but if there was one, then I wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah.
And to be fair, with the podcast, we can still continue doing the podcast, we can do it online anyway.
Yeah.
I said to Tom as well, if any weeks, that's the thing with this, it's fairly easy to do online, as long as you don't get what we had a few weeks back where it was cutting out.
Yeah.
It is nice to do it in person though, because it's easy to have a conversation.
As well. Yeah.
But yeah,
I was about to say while you were saying about your mum being ill. During our mock exams, I felt really ill.
Oh yeah, I remember that, because you really weren't.
I was really, really ill.
When were our mocks? Was that March? January?
No,
I feel like it was January, wasn't it?
Some point in time, but
I feel like it was
basically,
January, February.
I was really, really ill, and then I recovered from it, and then COVID-19 came along, which sounded a bit. I don't know. It was all a bit too kind of timed. To me.
Fair, I have heard things from people saying we don't actually know when COVID got here, because we know when COVID was found out to be here, but it could have been here for a while before that.
Yeah.
But it was spreading slowly, because it has very similar symptoms to a cold. Which is why, obviously, as I said, when my mum had to get tested the other week because she had a cold, just to be safe. So yeah, because it could have been here for a while before we even knew, and it's just going around or not spreading as much. And then there was the big, obviously, outbreak.
Yeah.
But yeah, scary to think. Well, not scary, but you know, it's fun. Not fun.
I'm not, as I said before, I'm not a non-believer in this virus, but I had this really crazy thought once, where what if this is just a huge mass hysteria to the whole world, where they're actually just trying to cover up for something? Like, literally, it is just one big lie, and they're trying to, and it's all, and they keep saying, oh, because it's similar to a common cold, this, that, and the other. But I know it's, we will never know. But I'm not saying that there is no pandemic.
Yeah, but then there's conspiracy theories with everything.
Yeah.
Stuff like 9/11. I was, because I for my college course I have to watch documentaries, and so like they'll send us a documentary, we have to answer questions about it, and so actually they sent us a couple of options, and I didn't. There was one of the options was about 9/11. I didn't actually watch it. I watched a different one. But I was speaking to somebody at college, and they were saying that the whole documentary was about how there's a conspiracy theory that George Bush did 9/11 or whatever. So there's conspiracy theories with everything.
Yeah.
You can believe them if you want. To be honest,
I don't know.
I personally don't. Like, with a lot of them, we're on to conspiracy theories now. With a lot of them, I like just, what? But, as you said, you'll never know with a lot of stuff.
No.
9/11 could have been anything like that. I love how, I don't know what I'm saying. It's just great. We've just started talking about 9/11. Fantastic. It's not fantastic. But, yeah, there's lots of things you never know.
Yeah.
We've got in a weird way in this podcast.
Definitely.
Should we wrap it up now?
Yes, I think we shall.
Okay, I'm going to quickly check with the space in the SD card. Oh, we've got to wrap it up. 2 minutes to wrap it up before the SD card cuts out. Anyway, thank you for watching, listening. Shout out to our Guatemalan listener.
Yeah. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Unnamed Pod.
And check us out on YouTube at the Unnamed Podcast. I don't know why I had to take a second to think about that. If you're not already on YouTube, then
send us an audio message on the
send us audio
platform
messages. Please do. We want some audio messages.
And yeah, that's
go follow us on Instagram. I think we might actually. It might be interesting if we do Instagram control as our podcast next episode. We'll see. Go follow us, and we'll do. We might do it at next episode. I think in the next couple of episodes probably. Because I don't actually think we have any ideas for the next episode.
No.
I was thinking at some point that we could. Possibly, because Finn is releasing his EP, so I was thinking for an episode we might, maybe, if we could listen to the EP, because it's only a few songs, and that was actually my idea. I was saying earlier for the live podcast, possibly we could do that. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Listen next time. Bye.